Happy New Year and welcome to this special edition of Volusia Magazine. I'm Amber Patterson. Today on Volusia Magazine, we'll bring you some of the important topics and news segments that made our headlines in 2013. "2013 started on a good note. 4 seabirds injured by Hurricane Sandy were nursed back to good health by the animal rehab specialist at the county's Marine Science Center. They were then released back into the wild. 2 of those 4 seabirds had been rescued in Rhode Island more than a week after Sandy made landfall in New Jersey when they were transported to the Marine Science Center for care.
We didn't have infections or a lot of internal problems, and so it was really a fairly quick turnaround. We're talking just a month later, and the birds are already back to the wild.
Later in the year, Volusia County received word that the St. Johns River was designated as a paddling trail and part of the Blue Way system.
Why is that important? Because that will bring economic development for nature-based tourism. Our tourism interest, nature-based, nature lovers will be able to get out on the river and go 310 miles by kayak or by canoe. The St. Johns River is our only American heritage river in the state of Florida. It starts in Indian River County in Lake Hellzablazon and runs north. It flows north to Jacksonville where it empties into the Atlantic Ocean.
Volusia County has been supporting the enjoyable use of the river as a paddling trail by providing public facilities along the 59 miles of Volusia shore, including boat ramps, camping, and picnic areas. In November, one of the largest conventions in the area was held at the Ocean Center. Nearly 450 meeting planners and 650 hotel and industry suppliers attended the Rejuvenate Marketplace, an appointment-only trade show designed for faith-based meeting planners.
However, there were 450 meeting planners that may plan from 1 to 25 meetings a year, and the economic impact from that, potential for that, is absolutely tremendous. We've never had that many meeting planners in here at any one time, so it's a very premier event for us.
The meeting planners are responsible for choosing convention centers for their clients, and that brings big business to Volusia County. In 2014, we will be bringing you more information about what is going on in Volusia County.
Hello, we're the Ross family stationed at Ramstein Air Base, Germany.
We'd like to wish all of our friends and family in Florida a happy holidays.
Happy holidays!
And now we join Business Beat correspondent Michelle Coates for a look at the business news stories of 2013.
I'm Michelle Coates with the Business Beat. I hope you've enjoyed the business beats we've brought to you this year. I've certainly enjoyed bringing them to you. And here are a few of our favorites from this year. The addition of a new research center to the neighborhood made news. Teledyne Oil and Gas opened its first global research and development center outside its California headquarters. The project made Daytona Beach the global headquarters of Teledyne Oil and Gas, the oil and gas industry market leader for its parent company, Teledyne Technologies. We took a look at the longtime local manufacturer which creates custom underwater power and fiber optic connectors. We visited the 10,000 square foot warehouse for Global Fair Trade Crafts, a seller and wholesale distributor of fair trade handcrafts from around the world. Global Crafts generates annual revenues in excess of $2 million by working with more than 40 fair trade organizations, co-ops, family-owned businesses, and nonprofits in more than 20 countries that create beautiful handcrafted products. The family-run business is a successful corporation that provides nearly 1,000 retailers in the United States and Canada with fair trade handicrafts. We spoke to Kevin Ward, Global Crafts CEO, about his business and fair trade practices.
And our goal really is to buy great, unique handicrafts and at the same time lift those artisan communities out of poverty. We have 7 full-time employees and around about 15 total, including part-timers. We import probably, I would say, about 300,000 pieces a year.
Think of olive trees and you may think of the Mediterranean, but did you know that you can grow olive trees in Florida? Their foliage can complement any landscape, and the olives can be cured and eaten or pressed for oil. The Ford Veach family of Volusia County planted a 20-acre, high-density, experimental olive tree grove in De Leon Springs. The largest non-trellis commercial grove in Florida is the brainchild of Florida Olive Systems' Richard Williams, who's worked for years in the local fern and plant industries and has researched olive growing in California, Texas, and Georgia. The olive grove, which replaced a commercial pine grove, has more than 11,000 thin young trees. This experimental planting will help determine whether the success of mechanized olive farming is possible in Central Florida. The black and green gems could become a cash crop for local fern and citrus growers, both facing economic and environmental concerns. We toured Captain Foods, a $1 million-plus company that produces and ships gourmet sauces and seasonings internationally. Captain Foods, Inc. was established in 1994 by Douglas and Catherine Feint in Edgewater, Florida. What began as culinary creations in their family-owned restaurant has grown into a national brand sold across the United States through department stores, retail grocery, and gourmet markets. The company's signature brands include Captain Redbeard's gourmet sauces, the Shark Bite Survival Kit collection, and Backyard Barbecue gourmet products. Captain Foods is also one of the top private label companies in the restaurant and hospitality industry. We spoke with the captain, formerly known as Doug Feint, CEO of Captain Foods.
We have a very niche, unique market where we not only sell our own brand names of Captain Redbeard's, Shark Bite hot sauces, and our Captain Redbeard line of barbecue sauces, seasoning blends. We also do quite a bit of private label for restaurants, food service, department stores, mom and pop grocery, seafood markets.
The Business Beat took us to Spring Garden Ranch, the largest standard-bred horse training facility in North America. Originally a cattle and dairy farm founded in 1912 by Frederick Burt, Spring Garden Ranch evolved into a standard-bred training facility in 1949. Since then, Spring Garden Ranch, with its snowless winters, has produced several world champions, including 3 Hambletonian winners and 18 Breeder Crown winners. During the training season, the impact of 200 to 400 horses and their training entourages is felt throughout the community. Kingspan Insulated Panels, Inc. recently designated their DeLand manufacturing facility as the Global Corporation's new North American headquarters. State, county, and city officials were on hand to celebrate the announcement. A global leader in the manufacturing of insulated metal panels, Kingspan serves the commercial, industrial, architectural, cold storage, and food processing markets. Products include high-performance, sustainable building products and solutions for the international property and construction industries. A 50th anniversary celebration, attended by community leaders, employees, retirees, and their families, was recently held at Covidien in DeLand. Covidien is a local medical supplies manufacturer with a long history in DeLand. Since the state-of-the-art plant opened in 1963 as Brunswick Company, generations of local families have worked here. Situated on 46 acres, the DeLand plant houses 460,000 square feet of manufacturing space and employs about 500 people. The plant operates 24 hours a day, 5 days a week, producing disposable syringes. Products manufactured in DeLand are shipped around the country and around the world. I hope the Business Beat has offered you an interesting glimpse into the business world of Volusia County. Have a happy new year, and we'll see you in 2014.
Let's join Volusia Here and Now correspondent Joanne Magley for her top picks of 2013.
I have the opportunity to cover a wide range of human interest stories in my Here and Now reports.
2013 was filled with significant happenings, including the opening of the county's new Emergency Operations and Sheriff's Communications Center, a thrilling new attraction at the world's most famous beach, and Embry-Riddle students that are using technology to improve the motorsports industry. Here's a look back at some of my Here and Now stories of 2013. The ribbon cutting of the new 43,000 square foot, $21 million Emergency Operations and Sheriff's Communications Center wasn't just a celebration of a new building. It's a commitment to enhanced public safety. The center houses the countywide 911 Dispatch Center and the Emergency Operations Center, or EOC. The EOC provides a central location for officials to make strategic decisions during emergencies such as hurricanes, wildfires, and mass casualty incidents, and it can hold 90 support staff during disasters. The building was also designed to withstand 180-mile-per-hour winds. The Dispatch Center has 50 consoles for dispatchers and, most importantly, brings all countywide dispatch under one roof.
Well, dispatching under one roof equals consolidation. And with consolidation, all the resources, first responder resources in the county, are dispatched from one entity, which is us. All the 911 calls that come into the county are processed in one center and distributed. Back in the day, there were so many 911 centers, it was very difficult to know what a neighboring municipality had going on without calling the center and wasting time. The citizens get a quicker first responder response, whether it's a county, whether it's a police municipality, where it's fire, or where there's an ambulance.
The new EOC and Communications Center is located on Tiger Bay Road, west of Daytona Beach. Some local war vets now have a faithful and trained companion thanks to a program that brings shelter dogs, vets, and prison inmates together. They're all part of a special training program at Tomoka Correctional Institute called Paws of Freedom. Inmates apply to be in the program to become dog trainers, and then they care for the dogs throughout the day, every day, for 14 weeks. Iraq and Afghanistan war vet Brandon Word adopted Zeus and says the dog helps relieve his stress.
He can tell when I'm upset, and he'll just lay down on, if I'm sitting on the couch, he'll just plop over on my knees. Like, okay, scratch me. It's like, okay, you're on the couch, I'm here, pay attention to me.
Shelter dogs who have received instruction through the Paws of Freedom program have 100% adoption rate. They earn the AKC Canine Good Citizen Certificate. They are also crate trained, housebroken, spayed or neutered, up to date on shots, and microchipped. But best of all, they come with a lot of love. When you think of peanut oil, fast food probably comes to mind. But some students from Embry-Riddle Aeronautical University hope their research with this cooking oil will lead to big changes in the field of biofuel. Students like Allison West and Deborah Farrell are developing a custom mixture of biofuel that can be used in Larson Motorsports jet dragsters. The alternative fuel was successfully tested on the Embry-Riddle sponsored jet dragster at a race last spring. Now that the students know their formula works, they have great expectations for their future research.
We can reduce our emissions by, I think, 20% with the B20 blend that we have. So I think that's really exciting. And in aviation, that's a big deal, is the emissions and all that. So I'm really excited to see if it'll kickstart something in the aviation industry like it is in the auto industry, with people going green, so maybe we can reduce our emissions.
Good news for parents when it comes time for the kids to go back on summer break. Children can learn, play, and explore during Volusia County's summer camps offered at more than 20 sites throughout the county. This year, the Parks program offered 8 weeks of supervised activities, sports, crafts, and field trips for children ages 5 to 15. In addition, the county also offered specialty nature-based summer camps at the Lyonia Environmental Center in Deltona and the Marine Science Center in Ponce Inlet. Camps that take kids out of the classroom and into the environment.
Our summer camps are really fun, hands-on summer camps. We really try to base them around science, and so that the kids are really getting a learning experience but having fun at the same time. Each day they can be doing anything from taking a hike in the preserve, taking soil samples out in the preserve to analyze the types of sand we have. We have biodiversity programs where they count the numbers of plants and animals that we have out there. And then they come in and they might do some crafts, play some games, have scavenger hunts. We also have a lot of guest speakers that come in and present to them.
Each year, registration begins in May with the camps beginning in June. A new thrill ride is now open on the boardwalk of the world's most famous beach. The Sandblaster roller coaster made riders scream for the first time the first weekend of August. The coaster came from a closed amusement park in Delaware. The new owners invested more than $1 million in the ride, which included galvanizing nearly every inch of the steel structure to protect it.
It's 85 feet high. Turns around, it's 212 feet long, has 2 large drops on it, a couple spirals. It's a real fun ride.
The ride is one more link in a chain of beachside revitalization that already includes the $5 million makeover of the Daytona Beach Pier, Joe's Crab Shack, and 2 major hotel condo projects opening within the next few years. Well, that's it for this look back at some of my here and now stories of 2013. Next year, I'll show you more of the great offerings right here in Volusia County. Happy New Year!
Let's join Public Information Officer Stephanie Strong for a look at the top stories from the Volusia County Health Department for the past year.
The State Surgeon General and Health Secretary, Dr. John Armstrong, stopped in Volusia County to talk about a very important public health matter, obesity. Let's hear about Healthiest Weight Florida. Dr. Armstrong was the keynote speaker at the Healthy Volusia meeting held at the Florida Department of Health in Volusia County.
Good afternoon, everyone. I am delighted to be here in Volusia County, and I appreciate what I am seeing in front of me on all of your faces, which is collaboration across the community to protect, promote, and improve the health of all people in Volusia County. Health is more than the health department. Health is more than health care. Health involves reflecting on how it is that we can shape environments for healthier choices for people.
For those who prefer tattoos, remember to always use a licensed tattoo artist. Let's take a closer look at the Department of Health's tattoo program.
When I come to do an inspection, I look at the facility to make sure the walls are clean, the floors are clean, good lighting. Make sure that the facility doesn't have any kind of vermin or insects or anything like that that might be a hazard when you do an inspection.
Tattoo parlors must receive a passing inspection prior to the issuance of a license. The newly regulated tattoo program requires the licensure of tattoo artists and tattoo establishments, and also sets forth educational requirements and the standards of practice for conventional and cosmetic tattoo artists, as well as operational requirements for tattoo establishments. It is also designed to protect the public from the risk associated with potentially infectious biomedical waste. There are some very important changes coming to the Wicked Nutrition program in 2014. It's going high-tech with electronic cards for purchases. The WIC program has used paper vouchers like this for years, but thanks to modern technology, the WIC program is now transitioning to an electronic benefit transfer, or EBT system, to serve Florida's eligible families. As a result of this innovation, 500,000 of Florida's most vulnerable mothers and young children will have easier access to healthy food at more than 2,000 locations around the state. Electronic WIC benefits will help families make good food choices that connect to better health. Living in Florida means water safety is always a major concern. We stopped by the local YMCA to learn how to swim.
The first step when you begin to swim is find a reputable place to learn to swim, to where you can trust that person and that instructor. The second step is how to get in the water safely. Here at the YMCA, we always show the youngsters how to get in the water doing a safe water entry. Step 3 is learning to kick, and it is very important because that's the way that you push yourself forward when you're doing your swimming lessons. It's also very important to make sure that when kicking, that you kick horizontally and not vertically. Step 4 is expelling water, learning how to put your face in the water from being submerged. It's very important that everyone knows how to do that so that if you do swallow water, you know how to expel it out. Step 5 would be the overarm reach, where I'm teaching the students how to start doing the freestyle. Step 6 would be floating. While you might think that that would be something that would teach them right away, it actually isn't, because sometimes being put on your back in the water is a little disorienting or uncomfortable. And step 7 is now putting it all together, so hopefully you'll be able to swim. But it's so important to always remember, never swim alone or unsupervised.
Oral health is very important. Remember to always brush your teeth.
When it comes to choosing a toothbrush has 3 parts. A toothbrush is made up of the head of the toothbrush, the handle of the toothbrush, and the bristles of a toothbrush. Now the head can be either rounded or rectangular. The handles can be very short or very long. The bristles can be soft, medium, hard. They can be flat. They can be dome-shaped. They can go in angles, as this one does. Many different sizes and shapes. Many people wonder, how often should we change our toothbrushes? The American Dental Association recommends that you change your toothbrush every 3 to 4 months at the first sign of wear or after an illness. Some other tips to help you keep your toothbrush clean and help it to last longer would be to make sure that your bristles get to dry out. It's not a good idea to put your toothbrush in a closed container. That promotes wet bristles and bacterial growth. Another suggestion would be to soak your toothbrush in an antibacterial mouthwash for a few minutes. Rinsing your toothbrush with warm water before you brush and after your brush is an excellent idea also.
Our director, Dr. Bonnie J. Sorensen, along with some of our employees, celebrated Literacy Week by stopping by Westside Elementary School in Daytona Beach to read to the children.
Promoting the importance of eating breakfast to kindergarten, first and second graders.
So James was too tired to play kickball. Can you imagine? Too tired to play? During recess, he decided to stop playing. It's very important to have a healthy breakfast, and it's very important to be knowledgeable about being healthy. So when children learn how to be healthy, it improves their health literacy, their knowledge about how to eat healthy, how to behave healthy and be physically active and eat nutritiously.
Well, that's a look at some of our top stories in 2013. We look forward to much, much more in 2014. For Volusia Magazine, I'm Stephanie Strong, Public Information Officer for the Florida Department of Health in Volusia County.
Let's head into the studio to join Community Information Director Dave Byron for a look at some of the discussions from 2013.
Well, thanks, Amber, and hi, everyone. Happy holidays. You know, each week on Volusia Magazine, I get to sit down and talk with a wide variety of people on a wide variety of subjects. Let's take a look at some of the interviews of 2013. The Volusia County Council now has a 100-page analysis on the effectiveness of Volusia County's tourism marketing efforts.
We have been in the tourism industry as a firm for over 20 years, so we've had an opportunity to look at certainly what others are doing and formulate thinking, but it really was a big part of this is listening and making sure we understand this community.
The incubator today is bustling with clients, and we want to get an update on the county's business incubator.
2004, University of Central Florida was recognized by being the best business incubator around the United States.
The number of homeless people in our community is on the rise.
Last year, we had over 2,000 children who were registered as homeless across the school year, and that number has increased as dramatically as the number of homeless over the last 10 years, really.
It's not surprising that drug abuse is a direct or indirect factor in the majority of crimes. The drug court on May 28th marked its 16th year.
We don't want to be like so many programs that have been in our country over the last century, where you pick a program and you just do it whether it works or not. We want to have a program that we know works, that it's successful, that it's a wise expenditure of the money, and that everybody that's in it is engaged as a partner or otherwise is getting the full benefit of it.
Economic development in Volusia County is a team sport, and the new company recruitment effort is led by the Team Volusia Economic Development Corporation.
I think things are going beautifully. I think we've turned the corner for the economy. Our unemployment here in the county is below the state's average. That's excellent news.
Right.
Building permits are up. We have all the signs of the economy turning.
The Volusia County Council has made a significant commitment to the continued growth of the county's offshore artificial reef program.
Research and analyzed by the University of Florida identified that for every $1 of artificial reef construction funds expended, realized $138 in economic activity return. So it's an incredible bang for the buck. And I think the council really felt like that's the right thing to do with Inlet and Port District money.
It seems as though every holiday season we hear the tragic story of someone's home burning down due to carelessness with candles, shorted out lights, or the holiday tree catching on fire.
As a matter of fact, December is the worst month for candle fires.
Wow.
60% of the time, the candle fire is a result of something being stored too close to it. Like you said, drapes or any other kind of decorative device, paper, something like that.
This is a good time for a reminder on how to be safe during the holiday season.
So even if you park during the daylight, park somewhere where you know it's going to be well lit. So at night, when you're coming out with your arms full of Christmas gifts and food stuff, you can see who's around you, who's in your car, so when you walk to your car, you're going to be safe.
Right.
And you also want a busy section, somewhere that's not isolated but has lots of other people. That helps keep the crime down as well.
For nearly half a century, the Council on Aging has been a primary resource and advocate for the health and welfare of seniors in Volusia County.
The retirement industry is the #2 industry of the state of Florida.
Uh-huh.
And so those Medicare dollars, Social Security dollars, and as well as the savings that many of these seniors have put together for a long time spend in Volusia County like any other dollar. So it's really good for the economy.
Well, Amber, it seems hard to believe that 2013 is coming to a close. I'm already lining up some interviews for 2014. I'll see you then.
Thanks, Dave, and thank you too for watching Volusia Magazine. And I'm looking forward to bringing you more great stories and news segments in the coming new year. And if you're looking for more information about the show, or you just want to watch past editions, you can log on to volusia.org and select the news tab at the top of the screen to find us. We hope you join us for the next edition of Volusia Magazine. And until then, I'm Amber Patterson. Have a great evening.